Hello, Mr. Satya.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Perfect.
Perfect. Okay. I'm sorry.
Fine.
I don't know what
Even
happened. Anyway, it's fine.
even I don't know what happened, but I'm glad we're
Yeah.
back on.
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
is this light and all okay? Because
yes,
I
yes,
want me to
yes.
move to some other place. That's
No,
fine,
no, no.
right?
It's
Okay.
perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
As long as you're
So people
comfortable as
can see my handsome face.
well.
Done.
Good
Go
like in
ahead.
morning time. Yeah, so I'll just give you a brief of how it'll go about. So I'll first introduce you and welcome you
Yeah.
to our sports talk, and then we'll directly jump into the questions. Sounds good?
Okay. Done.
Yes. So thank you, Mr. Satya, for being with us today on Sports
Done.
Paddock, on Sports Talk, live with Sports Paddock. So thank you for being here. And a little introduction about yourself before we start.
Thank you, Sanaya.
So you are currently the General Secretary for KSFA, and you have been a journalist for over 3 decades,
Yes.
and you've worked in multiple sports fields, and you've even specialized in horse riding in the Middle East, and you've also written a book about it. And of course, you have been a former football player, which goes into no doubt that you are a sports fan and a sports enthusiast, and sees that you've put it into your career's work.
Yeah, sort of. Yes, most of what you said is right. And yeah,
Great.
I've I strayed into journalism because of football, and then it took me. I was here in the Deccan Herald and then the Times of India before I joined a newspaper in Abu Dhabi called Emirates News, and from there I went to Gulf News, which was a leading newspaper.
Lovely.
And I came back in 2013. At that time, I was the deputy editor for the paper in Abu Dhabi.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah.
So,
So yes.
so being in the KSFA general body and having so many decisions to make, I want to talk a little bit about the latest decision you had done regarding the new turf, which is FIFA qualified and which you had tested. And it's such a big decision to make also because there's a lot of money involved. It's a big decision to make. So what was the reason behind it? What were the discussions made?
Yeah, there are two things. First is the earlier turf was FIFA when they wanted to have the academy in Bangalore.
Mm-hmm.
Subsequently, the academy was shifted to Goa for whatever reasons. And then, the turf had been used for almost about 6 years, 7 years. It could have gone for a little longer period, but it had not been maintained properly. So last time when we did the Indian Women's League, which was sometime in earlier this year in Feb, so once again, little members of the press were saying that, just to take you back a little bit, like, the tender for the reconstruction of the stadium, which is lying with the government.
Okay.
So that was one of the reasons perhaps the earlier committee had not thought of changing the turf because they wanted it to be one overall thing, Once the construction of the stadium comes, then along with that, the turf will get changed.
Okay.
But then what happened was, we are still waiting for the government to come. We just took over about a year back. And then we decided that, we've got about almost 250 clubs in Bangalore playing. So we said, let's do something about the turf. And then when we started looking, we got, we had people telling we'll do it for 60 lakhs, 70 lakhs, this, that. Then we realized that most of them were, coming from places like China. So we decided to float a tender. And we just put 3 conditions in that tender. The first is that the manufacturer should be FIFA approved. The second was that the product which is coming out of that manufacturer approved, because that company can do 3-4 types of turfs. And third is we told the contractor that once the turf is put, we need the FIFA certificate, which means now we've got about another 10 days before the turf will be finally done.
Wow.
And then after 4 weeks of using it, the contractor will get FIFA people down and they do a thing called the bounce test. So only after that, it will be FIFA certified.
Wow.
Why we had to go to our organization and we had to tax something because we are a state organization, and 2, because so much of money was involved, we just wanted to go through. So from our side also, apart from having a top contractor who has done
Mm-hmm.
most of the big pitches in the country and abroad, we also got from our side one engineer
Okay.
to ensure, because what happens is, just apart from laying the turf, below that there's a lot of work which goes into ensure the drainage works.
So true,
Because
so true.
water has to spin and get up.
Topmost quality you
Then
need, you need
above
to
the
take into all these
and then
considerations.
above the turf,
Hello?
yes, on the basement first base. Then once the turf is laid, hello, can you hear
Yes,
me?
yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So then, apart from that, on top of the turf, there's silica sand is put 20 and 20 of rubber. Now these quantities and all that, no, we as lay football administrators, we can easily be shortchanged. So we appointed one engineer from our side. So he will ensure the right quantities go. And then even after that, when the bounce test happens, we'll exactly know, because the ball has to bounce evenly throughout the field. So after that, it'll be a fully, we are about a month away from that, but so far things have gone well. Luckily for us, COVID was a boon because we were no in hurry to rush it. And of
Oh,
course, even the contractor had a problem, because getting workers during the COVID period was difficult,
difficult.
because some of these guys are specialists who tie the turf and put the paste and lay it.
True.
So
But
finally
you
we are
had
there.
many promising, like, and positive things happening, like, with the turf. But were there any setbacks because of COVID? I mean, you're talking about COVID being such a
Yeah,
boon,
yeah.
but I'm sure there were
One of the
challenges
biggest
as well.
No, one of the biggest setbacks for us was that we took over sometime in August last year. And in February, we were at the peak. The Indian Women's League was being held in Bangalore for the first time. And, it was
16
an
teams, I
AFF
think we were,
event.
right?
12 teams,
12,
12
sorry.
teams, 12 of the top in India. So we just finished it in Feb, and then March COVID came. So it's sort of, we're just gaining momentum as a new group of people who are taking over the administration. And then it came as a halt. But we didn't stop there. We had a series of webinars for the coaches, for the referees. And you'll not believe it, something which happened was our president, Mr. N. A. Harris, who's very
Mm-hmm.
hands-on, though he's an MLA, in his constituency, some of the top footballers have come from, which is Murphy Town, Austin
Wow.
Town, Guntup. We have Olympians who have come from that area. So he comes from a football pocket, so he understands football. So, he pushed us, because in Karnataka, only about 10 or 12 districts were active. We
Mhm.
actually have 30 districts. So we went around, and now 11 to 12 new districts have been formed. And
Wow.
in Bangalore itself, when clubs have to join the association, they get voting rights. So what we did is, this was stopping new clubs from coming in. So we decided that new clubs can join us without voting rights as an associate club. And now 100 new clubs have joined us in the last 2 months, which I think includes one from your organization also.
TL.
So yes, so that's something, with 100 new clubs joining in during COVID period.
Mm-hmm.
So once football starts, it means 20 players in each of the teams. So that's about a good 2,000 players, new players who will be taking to the game.
So,
So we are
how
very
do you think,
excited. Yeah,
like, these leagues will, what's your opinion about these leagues? I mean, there's so many
yeah,
semi-professional leagues
yeah,
happening nowadays. How do you think
yeah.
it
Now
will
what?
improve football?
See, what we've realized is, unfortunately, as the administrators of the game in the state, we do not have so many grounds for us to give a lot of games to all the clubs. Okay,
True.
and turf, to put turf and then to go and hire other grounds which have turf is expensive, and we are not a very cash-rich organization, because we don't get funds from the All India Football Federation, nor do we get funds from any state government.
True.
But so now what we've done is, like, for example, the TAL League,
Mm-hmm.
we discussed in our meetings, like, because it is a parallel league, whether we should approve it or not. Then during our discussions, we found that, why do people go and play in the TAL League? Why has it been successful for the last 8 or 9 seasons? That is because we have not been able to give game time. So that is one of the things which we want to correct. And now we've sort of given an official sanction to the TAL League, as long as it doesn't, the players don't have a conflict when both are played at the same time. So we have now gone to recognize the TAL league, and any other league which which plays according to the rules, 11 aside, conducts it professionally. We are there to. I mean, we can co-partner and exist. So we also realize that we can't do all the football in the state. So we welcome people who can organize.
That's
And
so true.
even yeah. So yeah, that's. I mean, it's sort of there are a lot of challenges which we are facing at the same time, and we are trying to find solutions for all. So it's both exciting and it's challenging, and
But speaking of
yeah,
challenges, I mean, I'm sure I'm like the hosting events and leagues at such a level to help semi-professional players come up to that level is something that we're dealing with right now. But what are your thoughts on grassroots level development and recruitment? I mean, how do we get
yeah.
those levels at a grassroots level player to come up as well?
Yeah, no, we've done even two things for that. Before we took over, we never used to organize these coaching courses in Bangalore.
Mm-hmm.
And so any of our people had to become a qualified coach. They had to go outside the state, spend a lot of money. Since we took over, we've done about 15 such courses. And in each batch, 30 of the former players do those coaching courses. It's a 6-day course, the D license. And they pay about between 15 to 18,000. Out of each batch of the 30, 25 almost qualify. So this is a very professionally run course where the instructors are given by the All India Football Federation. We fly them in, we pay them everything. Then for 6 days, we hire grounds. Whole day they have to spend. There's 2 hours of practicals, then theory 4 hours, another 2 hours of practicals, after which they pass. So
Mm-hmm.
we have got examples where people who have played for the country have failed in that coaching exam,
Oh my God.
which means yes. So what has happened is in the last 1 year we produced about 200 coaches. So now all these coaches are now have started getting jobs in the almost 20, 30 academies which are there in Bangalore.
Wow.
So what we've done is, we have ensured some qualified and quality coaching actually reaches the kids. So earlier it just used to be some former players used to come to the ground and, this thing. Now we not only done D licenses, we've done C licenses. We're doing a B license right now. And we also, Bangalore for the first time, sometime in Jan or Feb, we
Mhm.
organized the first level 3 goalkeeping course. First time in India, we held it. So we also understand that, and now baby leagues has also started in Bangalore. We
Yes.
also, some of them have partnered us to do it. And this year, just as we speak, just 2 days back, I had a webinar with all the academies. Last year we had 10 clubs, 10 academies playing in our league. This year we've got almost about 20. And I think our junior league might go on to at least about 4 months. So at KSFA, we've taken a decision to keep Saturdays and Sundays only for junior football. And, last year we had only 2 categories, under 13, under 15. Now, in answer to your question of grassroots, this year we introduced an under 8 and under 10 also,
Oh,
and an
wow.
under 17 and an under 17. So we've got 5 categories, and every category we've got more than 10 academies taking part. So it's going to be a league system. So we're just hoping like this current drop in COVID remains for some more time, because in January we are planning to start that. So I also invite you to come on any Saturday and Sunday. You'll see
Yes,
all the parents, the
we
parents
will
and the
be there.
kids playing.
We'll be
Yes.
there.
So that's one thing which we started last year. We introduced the Karnataka Youth Cup, which was not there before. This year we've done that. One more new thing which we introduced this year is we've got all these academies to register with us for a nominal fee of 5,000. And in turn, once January starts, we're
Mm-hmm.
going to visit these academies, do an inspection, and give them a certificate that they're an approved academy,
Approved
which
academy.
means that they have qualified coaches. So some parents sending their kids who in some part of Bangalore will know whether it's a recognized academy or not. So that's another thing which you're doing, so that the kids who are, today for parents to push their kids to go and play 2 hours a day, they should be getting the right sort
Quality
of
as well.
coaching quality as well. And believe me, I mean, of course, cricket is huge. But today, even in Bangalore, for us, we are so excited because, like I told you, out of the blue, 100 new clubs have come. So even if 75 them have survived after 2 years, which means that many new
New.
kids are going to start playing the game,
That's so
and
true.
with this youth football. Yeah, so it's I think there are at least about 75 uh, pitches in the sizes of 60 to 40 to a full ground all over the city, which people rent to play football.
Yeah.
All of them are, they're all commercial pitches all over the city. So many people are playing football. The techies, they play after finishing their night duty, they come and play till 2 3 in the morning. So
And
yeah,
it's nice that we
it is
provide this platform as well to them, because even though they don't want to take it up professionally, at least they still have a chance to play.
Yeah, that is why a league like TAL is so popular, because all of these people who can't play
Yes.
regular, league football in our leagues, they on weekends they play, and most of them are good. I mean, because it's 11-a-side league, it's
Yes.
it's very competitive. So
It is. It
I
is.
mean, that's where, yes. So we understand that, and that's how we've sort of
Even for the
decided to.
youths, even for the youths, you have, I think, a rule where for Super Division and A Division, you have to
Yes,
have
that is something which I
21.
introduced this year. Yeah, that is something which we introduced this year. What we've done is now the academies, they play till under 16, under 17.
Yes.
After that, what is the pathway? And
Yes.
then what happens is when we play in the national championship, we need 5 players in the 20 to be under 21. So, which means we need to have such players. So now we've insisted that the Super Division and A Division clubs has at least 2 players in the playing 11. So if they have 2 players in the playing 11, then they'll at least recruit 5 players who could be in the age of 18, 19, 20, 21.
And that
So
is so
which
good.
means, that,
Such an early
yeah,
grooming stage.
yes, and they get to play against, some of the clubs like FC Bangalore United,
Yes.
Kickstart, BFC.
Yes.
They have some very good players. So for these
Yes.
youngsters to play against them, it's I and all the clubs have accepted it, and the All India Football Federation has praised us for this rule. And
Mhm.
in fact, they said that is such a you know um, far-reaching this thing, and they're very happy we thought of that. So now what is going to happen is when we select our state team, we need not look beyond the Super and A. Of course, there will be kids coming for the selections,
Mhm.
but we already have people playing at the highest level. The 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds.
I know. I
So
know.
it's that's yeah,
And
we're
it's a
we're
good
hoping
exposure for
it'll.
the men. Like, it's a good
Yes,
exposure for the men. But is there
yes.
something which will be planned for women? I mean, you just spoke about how IWL was like
Oh,
just,
I'll have to tell you a small story of the women's football if
yeah. And then to the
you
two
don't
divisions
mind listening.
over there. Like, it's
Yes,
very
yes. What
new.
happened was about maybe 2 years back when we just I was just part of the administration before I became the secretary. We wanted to have selections for the women's event, and then we said let's have a small tournament. So some of the seniors who are involved in women's football said, "Yes, sir, we'll have." There are about 4 teams in Bangalore. Then I said, "No, no, we'll do one thing. We'll organize it." So we put out a small this thing press release in the paper saying we want to have a women's event. Clubs can register. And can
Okay.
you believe how many teams took part? 18 teams came forward and played in that first event. And that's when like everyone was wondering like where these people are, like, because we were told that we just had about four clubs, playing football.
Mm-hmm.
And then 18 clubs came. And then
Wow.
after that, my president, we had gone to Delhi for one of the games. So we went above to the women's office, and then they told us, we're not doing anything for women's football. I said, no, what is it? No, no, we've been asking. They keep quiet. I said, no, we've got a new set which is coming up. So they said, when you go back, can you organize an event, with proper parameters? It should be played for about 6 weeks, and it should be, professionally done. And we came back, we announced. Out of the 18 teams, we told them, like, this is a professional event. So 6 of you all please come and join. They
Wow.
joined us. We conducted our first Women's Super League. And the winner of that qualified to go for the IWL. And that event was so well organized. Okay. The next year, that is this year, earlier
This year.
this year, they gave us 2 entries into the IWL, and they gave us the organizing of the IWL, which was a fantastic event for us because it was one of the highest levels of women's football. And
Yes.
the quality of the final, it was a 3-2 game. It was amazing. So then, subsequent to that, now what has happened is immediately after that IWL, we called for an A division,
Hmm.
and we got about 15 teams then.
Wow.
Now that has become 30 teams. And of course, we're yet to know what is the quality of those teams. But only in Bangalore right now, we have about 40 clubs playing who have enrolled with us. Now, I think in another week or 2 weeks' time, since the ground is available, we might have a small A division tournament, for the women. And it is not only here in our IW, in our Karnataka Women's League.
Mm-hmm.
There's a team which comes from Belgaum and a team which comes from Mangalore, and some of them have played for the state. So unlike in the men's football where the state players almost come from Bangalore, in women's they come from Mangalore and
And
Belgaum.
Belgaum.
That's one. And this year we organized an under 17 event for women, which is part of the Khelo India. And we had women's
Yes.
football in 4 districts, which is Belgaum, Mangalore, and Uttar Kannada district and Bangalore. So right now we've got about 16 teams where there is under 17 football. And one more very important development this year was when we attended the Karnataka Olympic Association meeting. They had a mini Olympics which they organized again, I think in Jan or Feb.
Okay.
So they had only an event for this is for under 14s. They said only boys we have. So then I told them, no, sir, we've got some lot of girls playing, so kindly
Wow.
give us girls. So they said, no, we allotted the ground to you for 4 days. So if you can organize girls in that, we said yes. We had 6 districts of under 14 girls coming from Dharwad and from Mysore and Belgaum and Mangalore.
Wow.
And so now you will not believe it. We've got about 6 districts where under 14 girls have played this year. So which means, the women's football has started in the 6 districts. And one more, what our decision under our president, we have decided, we've told the districts that
Mm-hmm.
if you want to play in the inter-district men's event, you must have a girls team. And we told them, even if you have a 7-a-side, it's okay to start with. Because we don't expect you all to straight away
Yes.
get a 11-a-side
11
district
aside.
team.
So true.
Yeah.
So
So
true.
we said you start with 7-a-side, then you can go to 9s. And I've also informed the AFF. They said you guys do whatever you think is best for to develop your women's football. So now even in this A division, I've given the option because what happens is generally in a club you might have 4 good players.
Mm-hmm.
Another 6 or 7 of them might just be making the numbers. And when that team plays a tough team, they might lose 10-0 or something. Then, they get demotivated, the parents.
Demotivated.
So what I've said is, if you can't field 11-a-side, field a 7-a-side. So 7-a-side means with those 4 good girls, you just need 3 more.
So true.
And then, the games will be more competitive. So we are, for us, our women, we really have a lot of hope on our women's team for 2 reasons: that it is just getting organized, so we can do it in a nice way, and we want to be in the top 4 within the next 2 or 3 years. So we really want to concentrate on our women's football, and there are lots of girls playing football in Bangalore now. We
I
had
think Bangalore has the
a college.
highest.
I think so. I think so. I mean, now with these 30 clubs coming in, in
Yeah.
fact, there's all probability we might have 3 divisions of women's football very soon:
Wow.
a Super, A, and a B. So I mean, it's really exciting times for us. We are really, 24/7. We are into that. We've got a nice team, who helps us. We have a lot of volunteers, who are so happy to come and work for us, and that's what drives KSFA right now. So
Wow. No,
yeah.
but you're really lucky to have
And
that as
last
well.
year we did with the last year we also, through Sports Paddock, we
Mm-hmm.
also got our games covered live on Joe. It was a first, so we also started, we've done a better website. We have some social media going. So, that is something which is very difficult for some of the clubs to understand.
Yeah.
The power of the social media. I intend to teach graduate students on sports and marketing management. So I try to pull out some of those ideas and push it through to the clubs.
Lovely.
So yeah, it's yeah.
No, but it's
So
amazing how you have so
yeah,
many
that's
like
how
feathers to
that's
your cap this year. But do you have any short-term goals or the first goal like going into 2021? Like what is the first thing that KSFA wants to like target?
yeah. One correction I'll have to make, that it's not my goal. It's our team, the entire
Team goals,
KSFA
team goals.
team's goals. Okay, because yeah, okay, so yeah, it's okay. Okay, so that's one. Two, initially, the first thing what we would really pray and hope for is that as and when we start, like games are safely played. We don't have COVID coming in, and then it will just spiral out of control. That's the first thing. The second thing is we are very keen to win the Santosh Trophy. We have not done it
Yeah,
in decades. Okay, and the last 2 years we entered the semi-finals, and the last year we lost in the semi-finals with one man less. We lost in the tiebreaker. So that is one of our goals, to win one of the national championships.
wow.
And we want to see some of our players playing in the Indian Super League, because right now we have only two players from Karnataka playing in the Indian Super League. Now that is something we want to change. But one very encouraging the sign for us is our Santosh Trophy, the national team average age is just about 22. So we are going to
Young
have
team.
them around for some time, and surely most of them might graduate into playing into I League. And also the FC Bangalore United is a new club which has come in along with Kickstart. Now clubs like them, they've really changed a lot in Bangalore football. They brought in some more a new dimension to the competition, and so
So
we're
true.
it's good. Maybe now with the new turf, at least one thing, the players will have a better surface to play on. Our players, they don't want too many. I mean, they all come from quite financially challenged backgrounds,
Agreed.
most passionate. There's another area which we want to concentrate is on life skills, because this is something what our players who come from these challenged backgrounds, they don't know, once they reach a certain level of success, like they play for the state, after that sometimes they don't know how to handle themselves, and then they fall by the wayside. They get into other habits, they don't train properly, they're not professional, they don't work
Wow.
hard. So that is something, is some of the big clubs have given us this feedback, that you do have some talented players, but so we want to work on their attitude and their work ethics, etc.
That is so
So
important for skills
it's
outside the field, not just on the field.
yes, yes, that's important. So important, because even today morning I just gone to, there's an NGO called Freedom, and they had about 50 kids out from the challenged families. They've developed their own coaches, all have passed their courses. So I was just telling those kids also, I mean, how it's so easy to just color your hair and sit on a bike, and then do there's whistling past girls and all that, because that the too many distractions. And now with so much of things on the mobile and the TV, keeping you indoors. So
So
that is where I really feel so glad and heartening when I see parents sending their kids out to play football, because that's such a game which really builds your personality.
yes, it's true.
Irrespective of, I mean, I do not know whether we'll ever go to the World Cup or when we will go, but if you played football and you come through
You at least start somewhere.
the various yes. So
That's so true. And it's a brilliant way to go forward.
that's the, yes. So we are let's see. I mean, I just hope COVID doesn't disturb us too much, and we're looking at January, which is about at least another 4 5 weeks from now.
To
Though we
start
are
going.
having our D license course next week. Yeah, on 7th we are starting our D license course, so that we can manage, because it's we can do all the COVID protocols.
And
But going
control the
forward,
time.
it is going. Yeah, that's going to be challenging. Yeah.
No, but I can understand. But it's so well put the way you said it. And I hope the KSFA team accomplishes everything. And especially for the turf ground, I think every player be looking forward to at least like playing on that once. And it's something that we all want to see good quality come into Bangalore. I mean, we can already see Bangalore undergoing so many changes, but having this come up in terms of top-notch quality would be something every sports person will be looking forward to. And it's amazing to hear this from you, Mr. Satya.
Thank you, Sunaina. One more thing, what I'd like to add is tomorrow we are having a draw. We have the football pockets in Bangalore who have produced traditional players over the years. Now, somehow, those areas are not doing well in football. So, we've just introduced an inter-area football league for about 10 areas which have got grounds, like your Murphy Town, Austin Town, Coxtown, Pilana Garden, Piranagar, and Charles Ground, Sriram. So what we've done is all of them now are playing veterans football. So those who have just finished their playing careers into veteran groups.
Okay.
So yeah. So
no, what are we going to do now?
okay,
I'm
anyway,
sorry,
as
I
long
didn't
as
understand that.
yeah, that's what. So it is a veterans event league where the players above 40, a team of them, and a team of under 16, they travel together to another ground, play one game there every Sunday mornings. So it's a league, home and away league. So the Murphy Town boys, along with their seniors, will go together. So it will be one sort of mentoring exercise where the seniors will tell the boys how to play. So every Sunday we are getting these boys to play, which means between the week they'll definitely try and train. So, and these areas have got a lot of skill. So once these boys play for about 8 weeks continuously, then we are hoping to cash in on the talent, spot some talent, etc., which we are just going to, and it's the first of its type that the state association is involved in these sort of, yes. So it's an inter-area tournament of about 10 areas where they have their grounds, corporation grounds. So we don't have to go and rent out grounds. So it is their job to prepare the ground and host a team every day from every Sunday, 7 to 9, in 5 different grounds in Bangalore. There'll be football action where veterans will also play, the boys will also play. When they travel, each one can take the other in their car or scooter or whatever. So, they bond together and, they pass on the skills.
And
And
KSFA
it
is
is
heading
one
this
way.
whole thing.
Pardon?
KSFA is heading this entire initiative.
Yeah, we are organizing it. I've got someone to sponsor jerseys for them.
Wow.
And I'm getting someone to give them the balls. And I've told the seniors that now it is your job to produce juniors. I said, our focus, you all also play, but the focus is on those under. So in each of the junior teams, it's a 9-a-side event. So 5 boys will be under 16, 4 will be under 14. Now, these are the 2 age groups where we play the national championships also. So in case we spot some talent, it's easy to bring them to the state camps also. So this is something which we are doing for 2 things, because some of the kids who come from the paid academies, they start from zero, whereas these boys already have the basic skills. True. It is just that they don't play with boots, they don't have proper guidance, and with those raw skills, if we can sort of identify them, so it'll be a good.
You get that time to nurture them when you pick them up early.
Yes. So we've told the seniors, most of them have got jobs through football. So now we told them it's your payback time. Don't depend on us for everything. So this is your way of contributing. We'll also give you back support, so we sort of motivated them. Tomorrow we are having the draw. We'll be starting maybe from 15th or so of December. So 4 grounds, 4 or 5 grounds. Every Sunday's morning there'll be some action. Right?
And where will this be publicized? I mean, where do we get to see it and keep track?
Yeah, one of the this thing is, we are going to this thing it. We've got I'm also involved in this site called gomaidan.com. So we've decided to put it over there to motivate these young boys to see their photos on the website, etc. Yes,
so that will give them encouragement that someone can see my picture, someone took my video, my goal.
Yes. So that is Go Maidan will also do that, and we'll also send the results to the newspapers. Of course, you know how the newspapers are like, sometimes just 2 paras will come because, of course, they have their own constraints,
I understand.
Being a journalist, I know that part of it. So, but we are very excited about this activity, because the whole of Bangalore, like the main pockets, will start getting involved in this inter-area. And there are lots of unregistered tournaments in Bangalore. But that is, someone will go put a team, they win some prize money and, but this is purely to develop the
Yes.
talent. Like
I mean,
it's a
you're
new
technically not
initiative.
leaving any stone unturned in with these
Yes,
initiatives.
and yeah, this is something, because once these boys are playing under 14, under 16, the academies also need to form teams to play in the I League. So if they want a good team, they might take these boys and say, "You come to our academy, don't pay, we'll give you free coaching."
Oh
So
wow.
these poor boys will get identified. I also have another ambitious plan of going to all the international schools and picking up their old books and kits, etc., and giving it to these
Oh.
challenged kids. So this is something which I'm just speaking to someone to organize it, because what happens is some of these international schools and these big schools, they wear boots which are 6,000, 7,000 rupees, whereas normal kids play with 500 rupees boots. Now
True.
those boots say, suppose you're 10 years, next year you can't use it. So we thought
Growing.
we'll just get some school volunteers. It'll be like one small NGO work for a few students in that school. An international school, they allow all this NGO work and all that as they study. So I'm just planning on that maybe. And we thought the Football Association, we can get everything, label it and keep a track of it and distribute it to various parts.
No, that's a
And,
very, very
you know,
intelligent initiative. Instead of like, having a new budget segregated for them, might as well
yes, yeah,
get
yes,
them.
yes. Recycle those boots, because even those kids, they play on good turfs. So the boots will be as new, And our boys and all know, like we've grown up, playing with torn boots and all that, recycle the same boots and stuff like
Oh my
that.
God.
So, I mean, it is, yeah, that's what sometimes, it is, don't always need money, to do things like, we need a team of some passionate youngsters, who can just do it, like, put up some boxes in their schools, they drop it, then we can, do it. And we'll also highlight who are the kids who's given it. Maybe if we can identify where are the kids who are using it, then they know, like, okay, all our boots have gone to this area. So sometimes
Oh,
they can
okay,
drop
okay.
in there
Understood.
and see their brand new blue color Nike boots. Someone poor boy playing with the boots. I mean, things like that. We're just looking at it. That's coming soon, like,
That's
because
also in
it
the
needs a little
pipeline.
bit of networking. Yeah, I mean, that's something which is very close personally to my heart, and I always been wanting to do it, because these boys, when they play barefoot, they have a lot of skills. The minute they wear the boots, it becomes very difficult. So if from a young age they start wearing boots, we did
They,
it last year. We did it also, like from Kickstart Academy and all. We just got some kits. We distributed it among the areas, and most of them are good. Like even the jerseys and all which they wear, our poor boys, can use it. You know, so
and it's a
we're
highlight
looking
for
at that.
them as well. They'll feel a little
Yes,
empowered
yes,
and they'll feel
yes,
that urge to play more and
yes.
they might just fall in love with the game and
Yes,
continue.
obviously, I mean, if someone gets a nice Messi T-shirt, it is, it's enough to motivate them.
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
football is something, which can really
You
sort
have
of,
no words to describe how much you love it. I can see that.
yes, 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 yes.
No,
So,
but we
so
hope that
that's what.
we can see all of this happen. And from
Yes,
us, from
hopefully,
TL and Sports
hopefully.
Paddock, we hope
Hopefully,
more of
I
such
hope
leagues
you will
happen.
also get to interview some of those kids and,
Oh,
do some
definitely,
stories on.
definitely. We want to
Yes, yes,
promote people from
yeah,
the grassroots and semi-professional level because
yeah.
we know how people
Yes.
don't always have the chance to play at that, professional level. But if they can play
Correct.
at this level, they might just get a chance once again because there can be so many challenges and external problems which we could not know of.
Yes.
But if we provide this door for them, it's a satisfactory moment
Yeah,
for all.
obviously. I mean, yes, yes, yes. And they all, what they need. They just need a play field. They need a ball.
Yeah,
So let's see. I mean, it's good, right? From organized football and to the grassroots, and to sort of more inclusive. Now we've got the girls in. Now if you just get these people in also, it'd be good. So let's see. Let's see.
so true.
The plans are there. Hopefully, most of them will get fulfilled.
Yeah,
For
and we
us,
hope to see that too.
that's what. For us, what we do is, to also build a personality over these boys and girls. There are lots of NGOs. There's one Shining Stars. There's Shauna Sen, who's doing a fantastic job, with poor girls and boys, where they teaches the girls to walk with purpose next to the boy. I mean, each one's
Oh,
got their own this thing, in how to, bring those kids up, very passionate. Last 5, 6 years she's working. And 3 or 4 of the girls have now played for the state team. From zero, she has built it, There are lots of people doing some good job, which also inspires us to, like today when I went over there to see 40 kids from those challenge backgrounds, about 20 balls were there, cones were there. So, and they had hired out that turf ground to make them play. I mean, so there are a lot of people who are chipping in,
so true. But
and
how do we
we
give
at the
recognition to such academies, not academies, to such NGOs and such?
now that NGO they've taken 2 teams, C division teams. So all
Mhm.
those kids get to play in those teams, So
Okay.
automatically, and they already have produced 6 coaches, 1C licensed coach and 5D licensed coaches who in turn are training. And you will not believe it. Today, one of those coaches, he came and he spoke, and you know what he told those kids, and even for me, it was quite this thing. He said he was selected in the sub junior team, and he was smoking. They gave him 2 warnings. Okay, still he had smuggled in stacks of cigarettes to the camp, and when they caught him, they threw him out. And he
Oh
said,
my
because
God.
of my cigarette smoking, I lost the chance to play for the state. Then he said,
Wow.
after 2 years, I came back. Then he played with the same academy now. Now he's a coach over there. His name is Sunil. So today he spoke about his, his problem to the kids, saying that, see, because of my smoking habit, I lost out on playing for the state. So so now anyway they have 2C division teams, and then most of the time when we need ball boys, we get from them.
So
So we
sweet.
also pay them some small money, some snacks, etc. So it's all feeding off each other.
That's
Yes,
lovely. That's lovely. And this is a very good life lesson also to kids, because if they ever want to play, they
yes,
know what not to do and what might hinder their chances. So it sticks to them.
yes.
That's so true. That's so true. Thank you so much for telling us
Yeah.
so much about
So
your experiences in
no
India.
hassle, no hassle. Yeah, no, but I hope it's not been a boring monologue, but we
No,
love to
no,
talk
no.
about what we are
In
involved in,
fact, we
and
I
yeah,
thought we would keep it short to the few questions that I have, but
yeah,
you opened it wide open to so many
yeah,
more
no
insightful
problem.
things that you
But you can
and
cut
said
off
that you're
most
doing.
of the stuff, no problem.
No,
Yeah.
no, no, no.
Thanks a lot, and
We'll
yeah,
definitely use
thanks
it.
a
And
lot.
we hope to
Thanks a
see
lot.
you again, Mr. Satya.
Yes, yes, yes. And normally the word inshallah come because I was in the Gulf for 20 years,
I was
but
from the
yes,
Gulf as
hopefully,
well.
God willing. Oh, okay. Where were you?
Muscat.
Anyway, we can talk after that. Oh, okay. I
Yes.
was in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and yeah, okay. So
Yes.
we'll catch up later. Yeah.
Thank
Thanks
you,
a lot
Mrs. Satya.
for taking time out. Okay,
Thank you too.
and interviewing us. Yeah. Bye. Bye.
Bye bye.